Structure of human ear. Today, we will study the most important sense organ that helps us perceive sound. We shall also learn how sound is produced and propagated. We hear different types of sounds. Let us understand the mechanism of hearing. The outer ear is called pinna. It collects the sound from the surroundings. The collected sound passes through the auditory canal. At the end of the auditory canal, there is a thin membrane called the eardrum or tympanic membrane. When a compression of the medium reaches the eardrum, the pressure on the outside of the membrane increases and forces the eardrum inward. Similarly, the eardrum moves outward when a rarefaction reaches it. In this way, the eardrum vibrates. The vibrations are amplified several times by three bones: the hammer, malleus, anvil, incus, and stirrup, stapes, in the middle ear. The middle ear transmits the amplified pressure variations received from the sound wave to the inner ear. In the inner ear, the pressure variations are turned into electrical signals by the cochlea. These electrical signals are sent to the brain via the auditory nerve, and the brain interprets them as sound. This is how we perceive sound. We studied that our ears are sensitive enough to pick up sound from the surrounding. But have you wondered how the sound is produced? Let's see. A bee isn't the only thing that hums. A wheel turning rapidly whirs. A tea kettle sings when the water boils. A violin string quivers with a musical note that slowly dies away. A fly buzzes. All these humming, singing, whirring, buzzing sounds are made in the same way, by vibrations or regular rapid motions. Did you notice that the bee moves its wings very rapidly and regularly when it flies, ever so many times in a second? This vibration or trembling sets up air waves. Sound travels on these air waves. We can hear the sound if they are loud. If the vibrations are very close together, they make a continuous sound. In short, sound is produced by a vibrating body. This sound is picked up by the auditory organ, the ear. Birds' wings beat the air, making a much louder sound than the bee. But the beats are so far apart that the sound of one dies away before the next comes. The hummingbird's wings vibrate as rapidly as a bee's, so it hums like a very big bumblebee. Now you know why the bee is also called as the humming bee. We have seen that sound waves travel on airwaves. Can sound travel in vacuum? Let us try an experiment to see if sound can travel in vacuum. Take an airtight bell jar and insert an electric bell in it. Connect the bell jar to the vacuum pump. Turn on the switch. You can hear the sound. Slowly withdraw air out of the bell jar. Turn on the switch. Now, when all the air is sucked out, will you hear the bell ring? This demonstration was to prove the point that sound needs a medium to travel. Sound cannot travel in vacuum. Let us pen down 3 important words that describe the content we learnt today. That is right. We hear with our ears. Vibrating objects produce sound. Sound needs a medium to travel. It cannot travel in vacuum. That is it for now. Meet you in the next session.